Hi Leo, it's Denise with Divine Soul Astrology, and today I'm here to talk about the Taurus New Moon, which happens on May 16th, and it will be at 1:01 p.m. here in California. It'll be at 8:01 Universal Time. So welcome in, and this is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So Leo, I have you here if you'd like to look at the chart, and you are here on the ascendant. And so, what is the new moon really about? Well, new moons are always about planting new seeds, new ideas. It can be transitioning, but it is definitely a hopeful time, right, for something new. All right. So, for Taurus, it is about resources and financial stability, our possessions, financial comfort. It's also about our values, perseverance, determination, food and nature, and also self-worth and well-being. So Taurus is a fixed sign, and it likes things to stay the same. But when we have the Taurus new moon, there could be somebody could really be understanding, right, that something needs to change, or I need something new, because as with a fixed sign. You're also a fixed sign, so you can maybe, that's easy to kind of understand. But the new moon is happening in your, let's see here. The new moon is in your, I don't have it right here at the top of my notes. Where is the new moon? It's in your 10th house of career. All right, this is the 10th house of social roles and social status. It's also the house where you wield authority and ambition over your own life. All right, it can be your reputation. That 10th house there, you're planting some new seeds there, or you want something new with that regard. Excuse me, or in that regard. All right. And so, and your natal sun here, let's start here where we start, Leo. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm kind of, yeah, the new moon is in your 10th house. I already said that here. I'm kind of moving around on these notes. But Venus, let's look at Venus here because Venus is the ruler of the, where is Venus here? Venus is the ruler of the new moon, and it also rules your third house of their thinking and communication and plans and goals, ideas. So we can see here that you probably have some new ideas about, about something new for yourself, all right? Venus is in your 11th house of the future as well, and we see it here. It's in Gemini. It will move into your 12th house of endings just a couple days later. I believe it's the next day. When does Venus enter? I mean, it will move into Cancer, yeah, which will be your 12th house of endings, and that is on the 18th. So Venus is in your 11th house of future aspirations. This is also about the people that we like to associate with, that they can be friends. That is the 11th house that Venus is sitting in. It is almost at the end, so it is kind of asking you to do something there. It definitely is. Now, this is also the house where Venus sits excuse me, of hopes and wishes and gains, usually from the 10th house. So we see something going on in your 10th house because the new moon is there. All right. And, yeah. And then we have Jupiter. Let's look at Jupiter here. And let's see what's going on with Jupiter. Jupiter is ruling your Jupiter is right here, and Jupiter's in your 12th house of ending. So that's why I'm bringing up Jupiter a little bit because you're doing something new over here, right? So here you are in your 12th house, Jupiter's there, and Jupiter is making a trine here to Jupiter is making a trine to your fourth house of emotional foundation. So there's something here that it can be home and family as well. It's a possibility, but Jupiter's making that trine. Um, yeah, and so with that trine, something will be a little easier to let go of because you're seeing your purpose. You're seeing something that is meaningful to you and that is also supporting your emotional foundation in some way. Or maybe and your well-being really. But it can be home and family as well, all right? And that is to Scorpio. Very interesting there. And Jupiter, let's look at Jupiter. Jupiter also is ruling your ninth house of purpose. You see, there's something going on here, right? You want something a little bit more meaningful. It does look like that. And we also have Jupiter is ruling Sagittarius, and that is your fifth house of self-expression, your fifth house of creative pursuits, how you shine, yeah, and your talents, and maybe there's something going on there as well. And and so let's talk about Mercury a little bit because Mercury is important because it's going to be moving it's in actually in Taurus and Venus is in Gemini. So they're in each other's places. It's kind of important because we're going to be entering Gemini season just in a few days. And um, and so Mercury will be in its own sign in your 11th house of the future, really kind of giving you great ideas for the future. Very inventive, and because it's going to be there with Uranus, all right? Mm-hmm. And yeah, the sun and the moon, Mercury and Uranus are all speaking to you. Excuse me here. Um, Yeah, I beg your pardon here. You're letting things go that don't have any meaning. Let's move over to yours. Sorry about this. You guys are gonna. And so natal sun making a sextile to Vesta. It's something very beautiful here. And let's look at your sun here. Your sun is making that uh sextile where Vesta's right here. Is that no here. Yes, the sun is making it's kind of a loose sextile, but it is still there. We can see the green here. Um, and so the sun and Mercury and the new moon really are making that sextile over here. So there's something that you're seeing about your career or how you show yourself to the world. This can be personal agency too, right? How create or establish or wield that own authority over your own life. There's some type of an opportunity here for you to create uh, some type of meaning in your life, but by really and to grow and expand, that is to your ninth house, but really by creating inner harmony first. Yeah, there's something that here that wants to bring you or wants you to kind of step into this harmony for yourself. And honestly, we can see it kind of with Jupiter in your 12th house. Jupiter is saying, let it go. It's not helping you grow, right? It's not helping you expand there. And Vesta can be something about you or something that you are quietly devoting yourself to. It can be a dream maybe that you have here, Venus, not Venus, but um, Neptune is about our dreams. It's about our hopes as well. So yeah, and so let's see what else I have for you here, Leo. Yeah. hmm You could be, and the other thing about you, Leo, here is that um, Mars is in your ninth house of higher purpose, and so Mars is in its own sign, so it's been there for a little while. It's going to leave Aries, a little bit after the new moon, a little bit more toward the end of the month. But here it is, and it is in Aries, in the sign of the self, in your house of higher purpose and expansion. So Mars there is making the sextile. It's actually Venus, the ruler of the new moon, making a sextile to Mars. And Venus, remember, is in your house of future aspirations. It wants to move on to your house of endings, as I said, or release. There's something you're going to be releasing here, right? But here that sextile here, this is from your 11th house of the future to your house of growth and expansion. It's a beautiful thing. And you're also kind of getting over something here that was kind of because Chiron sits here in a perfect conjunction with Mars. Mars says, I'm going to do this. I'm going to like overcome something that is related to either your higher purpose, your growth and expansion, or just you wanting something very meaningful in your life. It can be career based because the new moon is in the house of career. But this can also be related to, maybe you want to travel or, or if possible, it's related to religion, the spiritual dimension, or, maybe you want to teach as well because this Mars and this Chiron are all in Aries, right? And so in your ninth house of teaching and publishing And also adventure. Maybe maybe you want to explore something new that just seems more meaningful or maybe more adventurous, right? That is the ninth house. So thanks so much, Leo, for joining me here. If you've enjoyed my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And also hit the little bell so you can be notified of my next upload. If you'd like a reading with me, I'm a psychic. I've done many, many psychic readings over on my tarot channel. Everything is listed below. If you'd like an astrology reading, those are so awesome because I'm reading from a place of major transformation. And yeah, I'm studying with somebody new, and she is very awesome. So can really show you so much about yourself that you don't know what you don't know, right? And yeah, it does help to really empower us. So thanks so much, Leo, and we'll see you in the next one.